Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, we're going to be talking about the Sun, Sextile, or Trine Mars in a natal chart. Now, first off, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in a natal chart, and they were a little bit concise, and some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is, well, the conscious side, which is the sun, and what drives and motivates you, which is Mars, may be in harmony. If Mars, is in Capricorn as an example, it could be, things that drive and motivate you may include just attaining career ambitions, government, political work, accounting, just being successful in general, and business-related matters, maybe being successful in business. And also, another way this aspect may manifest is the biological father, which is connected with the sun. Maybe in general agreement, with those matters, with the things, that drive and motivate you. If Mars is in Aquarius, say those things that drive and motivate you, may include electronics, computers, astrology, astronomy, innovation, meteorology, new technology, as some examples. And this aspect also can give an ability to easily focus, which is the sun, on activities that you have that enthusiasm, which is Mars for. And the thing about say if Mars is in Sagittarius, those things you have enthusiasm for can include sports, adventure, the outdoors, simply expanding horizons, publishing, advertising, religion, philosophy, as some examples. And this also too, activities that involve physical strength, which is Mars, may be beneficial to the ego, which is the sun. And if you have Mars in Scorpio, say, it could be transformation, which could include the transformation of the physical body. And Mars in Scorpio can be capable of doing things that may seem insurmountable or unattainable to many other people. It could be could even be doing something with refuge, just simply being a trash collection, because that can involve certain physical strength as well, and that can be connected with the zodiac sign Scorpio. Now, another thing too about the Sun sextile or trine Mars in a natal chart is that you may easily be able to integrate leaders and your sexual connections into your life. And let's say if you have the Sun in Leo as an example, that life could be one in which you really you express that that sunny disposition, a life generosity and courage, where you express a lot of confidence in what you're doing, and self-assuredness, a life in which you grant favors to others with little, hesitation, as some examples, where you can, where you express a lot of extroverted and gregarious energy and brighten other people's lives. And also too, in finding, the balance in those things with people that and it could be other people that are in Mars, professions, said leaders, people that are in management or authority figures. It could be pioneers, people that are surgeons that you may know, law enforcement, and again the sexual connections, and that's all connected with Mars. And the thing about this aspect too is that you may readily be able to put that attention on things that you do independently, that you do in a very self-reliant manner. And let's say if Mars is in Libra, it may be, connected with, those things you do independently, maybe associated with art or music or something with, negotiation or arbitration, doing something connected. It could be legal matters. It could be things that involve balance, even scales. As some examples, as scales can actually be connected with the zodiac sign Libra. And the thing about this aspect too is it can give you, ability, as far as developing, strong, muscular, physique with little distraction, because Mars has a connection with the muscles and the Sun has a connection with the physical body and vitality and energy. And naturally, if you have the Sun, say, in a more, like an energetic sign, more, sign that's more, has more vitality, like Aries or Leo, it would even give, more energy and connection with this. But also, naturally, you have to look at contraindicators in your natal chart, say, such as a Pisces or Cancer ascendant, because naturally the vitality and energy level may be, less than, otherwise indicated in the natal chart, or, having even, like, say, Neptune making an adverse aspect to Mars in your natal chart could indicate, where you may be a little bit more lethargic, and harder, you may feel a lot of times more like, relaxing as opposed to doing things that require, physical energy. But also, too, you may have an ability with this aspect with Mars sextile or trine, the Sun sextile or trine Mars in the natal chart, to be the ability to disagree without coming across as overly disputatious or combative. Ability to just, if you have a disagreement, on some subject, to disagree in a constructive manner as opposed to a destructive one. Let's say if Mars is in Sagittarius, those matters, could be connected with, religion or philosophy or sports or matters pertaining to publishing, advertising, higher education as some examples. And the thing too is that the Mars-related people could be generally compatible with your basic fundamental character. And again, the Mars-related people, they may be in some, position, such as, leadership or law enforcement, or, doing something as a surgeon, or they may even be sexual connections in some cases. And it could also, too, as far as this aspect goes, it could be auspicious for surgery, which is connected with Mars on the physical body, which has a connection with the Sun. And the thing is, because you're talking about a good relationship between those planets, and let's say, for example, if Mars is in Virgo, there may be, some surgery, connected, with the spleen, or the pancreas, or some, intestinal issue, in some cases. And also, too, this aspect can be propitious as far as dealing, with injuries, physical related injuries, which is Mars. It could be associated with the spine, the heart, the upper back, or the left or right eye, depending on gender. And also, and the thing is, another thing too, about this aspect, it's easily, you might be someone that finds the confidence easily, in matters that could be connected, with sports, or, expressing leadership prowess or ability, taking the initiative, doing something, pioneering or new, and these are ways where, you can find, that confidence can be derived very easily if you have this aspect in a natal chart. And this is a very good aspect in terms of energy and vitality in general without overdoing it. This aspect, it, has is similar to the Sun conjunct Mars, but when you have the Sun conjunct Mars, I think there's more of a possibility, greater propensity to overdo it and overexert. Because sometimes that could be too much energy. The Sun sextile or trine Mars may have a little more balance, I think, in terms of, the energy level, and it's more, let's say, more reasonable in terms of how much you're going to expend. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.